What up, Tank?
Hey, what up, Cole, man?
What's going on, man?
Shit, man. Just out here, man, and trying to enjoy this beautiful sunny day, man.
I hear you, boy. You got that colored old shirt now. Look at all, spiffy.
Man, I had to make up for something, man. I mess around and hit my head, man, knocked the albino out me, man. See, it look a little white up there, man.
You're not wearing the Hawks representation. We got a special guest in the building. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
sorry. We got Miss Lane in the building. Miss Lane.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on set today.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Yeah.
Thank you.
Man, Miss Lane, when I got Lane, her attraction on Facebook made me reach out to her because she fight for people's rights at work. And it's like, you don't have people our color really doing that on social media often.
Right.
And I just seen her name pop up. So I DM'd her and I said, I would love to have you on show because I like the fire that you bring for us and for the men and the women of employee rights. And like I said, I had my auntie on here a couple of weeks ago and we talked about corporate America and how management is. And I just know that you've seen it all, you've done it all, you've seen everything, you being in that type of field, and I being as myself. Right. So we've seen a lot of stuff that's wrong in the workplace, and you're fighting for equality among us. It ain't got nothing to do with black, white, straight, gay, none of that.
That's a big deal.
It's a deal because this is our livelihood, Yeah. So thank you for coming on the show. She's going to share some thoughts with us. She's going to drop some jewels, you know what I'm saying? And
knowledge,
and we gonna listen to her. We gonna ask her a few questions. She gonna chime in some few topics, and we gonna get this thing popping, man.
Yay!
So, what's your take on that Brooklyn? Tashay beating her son with a extension cord, man. She found that her son was planning a robbery. Found some ski masks in the room. Her mama beat his ass. Not whooped and beat his ass before it got out of hand, man. 37-year-old Tashay nurse. She's facing felony assault charge for whooping a 9-year-old son with a extension cord. Like she found ski mask. She found that he was going to plan a robbery store at a local store with him and his friends. Like, was it too far? Was it just...
Well, man, that's normal to me. I think I'm going to tell you like this, man. I came up in the era where extension cord was normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. My mama whooped my ass for breathing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, but it's like they say, what they say, spare the rod, spare the child.
Right.
And she spared his ass because he could have been gone forever. So
I mean, I'm cool with discipline, but sometimes we can go a little too far beating our kids. And I like I say, I don't have kids, and you got children. I don't. Ms. Lane, do you have kids?
I have kids, but
okay.
And I don't have kids.
Okay, I got you.
I've been on both sides.
Okay. But you understand where I'm coming from.
I understand where you're coming from.
But it's like you can discipline your child, but it's like beating them. And we had bruises on our asses. Don't get it twisted. We had the stuff to cover our stuff up, but think it was too far?
Nah, cause it's like this. Like, say for instance, if she wouldn't have caught him or just he just let him do whatever he want to do. She finding ski masks and all that stuff. So she whooped the bad spirit out of his ass, man.
But she also allegedly punched him in the chest, pinned him to the floor, and he had bruises on his neck around him too. So I just kind of think that was a little too upstream. Like,
man, that's a regular ass whipping. What you think?
I mean, it falls back on her at the end of the day. As a mother, as a black woman, now whatever happens. I got to discipline my child because we have a lot of this going on in the world today. A lot of our children, the parents aren't keeping them under control. They're not disciplining them. It's bad parenting. Right. So I wouldn't try to physically hurt my child. To put them in a hospital. But, back in the day, we got our ass beat.
Right.
And every child might need to experience that every now and then. If you're about to go rob a store, ski mask gun, I could lose my child.
For life.
I could be another statistic. Right. Yes, I'm going to beat your ass.
Right.
Wow.
And you ain't going to do that shit no more.
Correct. Right.
Your whole friend circle about to change.
Ms. Lane said, I will beat your ass.
You're not about to embarrass me in a family like that.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. I bet he going to join the church now. He going to be 9 years old sitting on the church.
like I said, y'all are parents, and I'm scared to have kids because of that reason. Because it's not like back in the day where you can beat your child and your child will get right. It's not like that no more. That stuff is dead. It's like you pop a child say you hit me, the police will come ask you questions, CPS and stuff like that. It's more. It's like I said, it's more spoon fed. It's more catered to the kid side than the parent side, because being a parent is hard, especially if you're a single parent. And my mom went through that, so I understand that. It's hard raising kids by yourself, and it's hard to raise kids. Period. Even if you got you got that two help, whatever, that both parents in the household,
Right.
But to try to keep them in line, because what if your child was out there stripping, doing God knows what? You might feel like you failed as a parent because you try to teach your kids the right values and right, and they out there doing the opposite of what you taught them. So it kind of falls back on you. But I didn't raise my child this way, but. What they turn out.
But she gave him a single mother ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at it, you can tell, like say for instance, like if my kids do something, it's like the mom look at, okay, I'm calling your dad. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Then I got to do what I got to do.
Right.
I don't whoop my kids' ass all the time.
Right.
But if I get that one phone call, is what.
Well, that's how it was back in the day.
Yeah.
Like your mama beat your ass and my dad beat my ass when they was together. I got two ass whoopings. It was like, and if it was like. You didn't get them today. It was a surety he's gonna come in a couple of days. Right. It was on hold. There was like a PTO day for job.
Yeah, man. You don't know what it is. Be washing dishes and shit.
Right, that part.
You
man.
don't want to wash them.
Breaking news. We talked about this on the last segment about the Austin team.
Right.
The black kid Carmelo Anthony Stapp, Austin Metcalf.
Correct.
He did get his bond reduced today.
Good.
The $250,000. He hasn't made bond yet, and he's required to wear ankle brace. So the father did question about the little GoFundMe, the fund.
GoFund.
Yeah, the GoFundMe. We can't say GoFundMe because GoFundMe shut it down. So it's the GoSend.
Okay.
They say they don't have access to money to use that for the bond. So I don't know. Yeah, that's why because I read the article on it. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like I don't know. They have access. I think the money might be for the legal fees, or I'm not sure if it's for the bond or not. But I don't. The father said he didn't have access to it. He said the money's used because he's on leave from his job right now. So I guess that's for the bills or whatever. But they raised a lot of money.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So he using it for personal reasons.
He don't have access to it.
But
the family doesn't have access to that GoSend. That's
so
crazy.
It's just there.
Is it for right now? Yeah, because I figured he would have bonded out. Even with the $1 million bond,
That's
he still could have paid the 10. Yeah, he could have paid
10%.
10%, but he's at almost $300,000 on that money. So I think he would have been got out even if they didn't reduce his bond.
Yeah, they got to release that money. It could be something that is the amount.
Or something that we don't know about. There's something that's not being released. But he did get reduced bond. So, like I said, we would keep y'all posted on what's going on minute by that. So, I hope I hope it works in his favor. Man.
Yeah,
I hate
do
that.
too, man.
And, he come from a good home, working 2 jobs at 17. So he kind of remind me of little me, man.
A good, smart, educated young man. Come from a good family, man. We have to speak on that. People make mistakes, but to me, from what I've been seeing, it's almost like self-defense. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get tired when somebody just keep poking you. You know what I'm saying? But they kids too at the end of the day. So I think he deserves a second chance.
Right.
Definitely deserves.
I don't think his intention was to kill him. I don't think so
either.
either. So, but I don't have all the facts, so I'm not gonna speak on because I know it's sensitive. You see the whole bunch of Karens and Kens acting up, so we gonna just leave it alone. Man, assistant principal made a student rub her feet.
Hey man.
Hey. What's going on here, dog? We got.
Hey man, these new teachers, man, they come built right, man.
But this is an older lady though. This is a Polk County middle school in Florida. Assistant principal allegedly Dr. Kiva Larkin made a 13-year-old student rub her feet because she said he was bored and he had nothing to do with his hands.
Okay, you said old. What was her name?
Dr. Kiva Larkin.
That ain't that old. She wasn't no Miss Thomas or no Miss Saunders.
She had a mustache and she had little Wayne dreads going on. So now she old.
That different.
She was old. It wasn't like no OnlyFans type chick.
She wasn't worth sucking no toes.
Boy, you can see the wrinkles that's playing out now. She was old, bro.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's probably why he got offended.
Yeah. Because I had Miss Thomas and Miss Woods and stuff. That wasn't the same, man. But these new teachers, boy, you like, boy, I gonna take that chance, man.
What's your name?
Yeah. And I'm sucking the big toe. I ain't
gonna put hot sauce on it.
Hey, man. Yeah, he knew. But what you think from a woman perspective? Like,
I mean, we're supposed to be, leaders, role models, mentors in the school. She could have found something for that little boy to do with his hands.
She did. She did.
Something else now.
But maybe he had ADHD or something. You know what I'm saying? Kept him, I'm
not for the rub Miss Williams' feet, boy. She hey. I'm talking. We come back from the school where the teacher had the jello neck and the double chins and the little mustache and goatee. We had them teachers. We didn't have no bad teachers back in there today. Nah.
But look at it though. He only rubbed her feet.
But she got arrested.
Foot rub.
She got arrested for doing it. So
foot rub.
Oh yeah, they took her to jail. They put their silver jewelry on her. She wanted to feel good, but she got the silver jewelry at the end.
Man.
So she's on administrative leave as we speaking. So yeah, the witnesses say that
for sucking toes, man.
Yeah, she said it was a joke, but
yeah, I think
it is a joke. But she was charged with lewd, lascivious conduct and lewd offense against a student by an authority figure.
Lewd?
Yeah, lewd.
So he had like baby oil, or
she had it because she had her feet rubbed.
Did he press his thumb in her?
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
I don't know.
What's the little boy now?
13.
Oh yeah, that was too young. I thought he about 17. Yeah.
But she said she was about to get ready for that foreplay, so she was listening to R. Kelly while she was doing it.
That would have was.
She was listening to Kelly like that 12 play, man. So
said she had on a P Diddy shirt then.
But yeah, man, that's breaking news on that. So dead horse found on the sidewalk downtown of Atlanta, ATM machine. The horse was trying to get some money and it died.
Hey, man. Hey, we do it big down here, man.
The horse said,
hey, man. Shit, he had it money at Wells Fargo.
But you know when an animal die like that, the animal pet and all them about to get involved. So they say they trying to ban the recreational activities for horses downtown, period. So they going to the council they about to try to get this to the Supreme Court to say, look, we don't want our horses down there doing that. That's what they did not use for. So they
don't want the horses going to the ATM?
No, they don't want they want them in the barns running around like in the movies and stuff. They don't want them in those.
So you want a horse to be a slave running in the cage, but the horse make a little money. He go to ATM and die.
The master making the money. They making the money. They get hay.
Yeah, but
That was the comment for the host. She said, "Let's do something." No, but they're not charging the owner on that. I mean, I've seen it, and I'm scared of horses. For one, they're so damn big. Their hoof can. You get kicked by a hoof, you done.
A stallion.
Right, exactly. But anyway, they're strong. They built a horse hoof can kill you.
Man, maybe he looked at his retirement, goddamn.
Man, but I'm scared of them things. Like, I don't know how. Yeah, I know. I go to the damn horse. Horse might be, and that's it. No, I don't want to do no horseback ride, none of that. No, it looked fun, but I'm good.
I get on the horse, but it got to be a female horse with a big booty.
I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. But the animal horse,
I got to pick my horse out. I can't just get on any horse. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man.
Oh man. So breaking news: customers. Black customer went to Houston's. This is the thing about this story. They didn't say which Houston this was. They said because there's only 2 Houstons in Atlanta.
Right.
It's only 2. One on Peachtree, the one on West Paces.
Right.
So the bill was $57.
Okay.
And the black people that was eating there left $7 off the tab, less than 10%, or a little more than 10%, 8% or whatever.
Right.
And the manager, the GM of that Houston's, we don't know which location, y'all. Don't be hit me in the comment. We don't know. It didn't say. The hidden location, they said that the manager approached him and said, hey, why y'all, because at the bottom of the receipt, it has a suggesting gratuity on a lot of the restaurant bills.
Okay.
And she let the couple, the black table, whatever, the family, they left 8%. And the GM questioned him, said, hey, why you didn't, was the service bad? Trying to figure out. Right. And I understand from that standpoint where they was coming from. And the lady said, well, is there a law to tip, or is there any suggestion that we supposed to leave him out? And he was like, no, but if you can't do the suggestion gratuity at the bottom of the receipt as you see, don't come back in here. So you think that's discrimination? You get this racism? Because I understand, because I've been in the hospitality field, so I understand that. Let's be honest, black folks don't really tip. Let's just be 100. Not all of them. Not all of them.
Okay.
But out of 10 black tables, maybe 3 or 4 may tip you properly. May tip you properly. So
I think your surrounding, cause my people that I'm around, they tip. You know what I'm saying? They tip just off of emotion. It's just a thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But $57 like that, we probably throw it like a 20 or something, just out to strength. You know,
I
what
would
I'm
left
saying?
10.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, $10. You
Yeah.
know, because I understand it's hard. You out here making your money. Should we be forced to tip?
You should, because that's somebody's livelihood, man.
Yes and no. I say yes because that is somebody's livelihood.
Okay.
But this is the career you chose, not you. But that's the career that they chose. And you're going to have bad tips. You're going to have people that's ignorant. You're going to have people that's not thoroughly educated on tipping. Even though I don't believe the myth that black folks don't know how to tip. I don't believe that. Because I totally disagree with that, because we go in the strip club. We light it up in the strip club. We make it rain. So I'm not going to say black folks don't know how. Black folks don't want to. Black folks, a lot of times, tip according to what mood they in. I do know that. Because I've been in that type of field. And I might, and it's like, who's the better team between black men and black women? It just depends on what mood they in.
Yeah, it don't matter about the sex.
It depends to me on the type of service that you give me. Like, how well do you make me feel as a customer?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you make me feel good as a customer. Come bringing things to the table I don't have to ask for. You don't forget my condiments. Oh, we good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I understand that these workers a lot of times only get paid tips. So a lot of people who go in and patron these restaurants and these businesses aren't, like you said, they're not aware of like how these workers are getting paid. So you understand that maybe they're not getting paid, but still, as a worker, you have a responsibility to make sure you take care of your table.
Right.
You know, your people.
And to me, like, I'm serious when it comes to my food and different things. So I look at it like this. When they go to the back and they walk back with my food, I'm tipping them based on, I'm trusting them to make sure my food is taken care of. Nobody done anything they shouldn't have done with my food. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tip. Like, if my drink come back and my glass is clean and I can see through my glass, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
I look at it like this. A lot of restaurant silverware is not clean. And I just worked in that industry, and that's why I do plasticware.
Hot water.
I do plasticware. Oh, hot water. Yeah. That's a suggestion too. But I do plasticware, and I know sometimes at certain spots they charge the gratuity a part of your bill. Right. I know in Miami they do that for sure. When I go to Miami, they do that. So it's kind of like you're forced to kind of pay their living wages. The restaurants make good money regardless. The tip is just the bottom half of what they make. You got entrees going for $30, $40, $50. You're making your money off it. You're making profit off your food because you get approved for a lesser deal than what you're selling. So why am I forced to tip you 18% or 20%? And then the service might not be as what you expected. Right.
It's still, man, like, it's like a catch-22, man. Yeah. Because I've seen where, like you say, people have gave good service and then get nothing from a tip. For a tip. Then I've seen people do crappy service and get good tips. You know what I'm saying?
That's just part of the hospitality field. I just think that's just what comes with it. You know, even when people do the platforms of the driving contractors and stuff like that, the popular brands y'all know about, they do you've seen it on there where they complain about XYZ doing this and that. It can be it's rough, but it's like you gotta take the shit with the clean with it, you know. Right. So, but you should tip. You know, I tip with to-go orders. Like on to-go orders, I leave like maybe $2 or $3 because it's just to go. I'm just picking up my stuff, so I do try to tip. And then have I tipped every time? No. Sometimes I just don't have it. But a lot of times, about 90% of the time I do tip. When I go sit down to eat, I always tip, no matter what, regardless.
What if you tip on it to go and you get home and your shit ain't right? How's that make you feel?
It's just be a loss.
Yeah. See, I tip like I'm tired. Tipping is my time because I don't go to church 10%, like that. 10%. So I do that. Like, sometimes my stuff can be bad. Yeah. And I be like, I ain't even gonna eat it. Maybe it was just meant for them to be blessed in that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, that's tough. I haven't got my condiments. Like I'm missing a piece of chicken or something, something like that. Yeah.
And get you a utensil kit. You don't got to use their silverware. Get you a utensil kit. They sell it. You can take your own.
Give me the
budget wide open.
Give me the plasticware right there. I'll take that, man. Breaking news, man. Soulja Boy hit with that $4 million lawsuit. He done settled, man. And he was in a relationship with the woman for 2 years, romantically involved. Wow. And 4 years, 2 years, I mean.
$4 million?
$4 million.
Nah, they would.
She must got something on her.
She got something on her. Cause ain't no way in the world you gonna get $4 million.
How you get a sexual assault case if you romantically involved with somebody?
Right. That means
Well, Cassie did it too. So I guess I don't know. Cause Cassie, she sued Diddy and she got $100 million from him.
right.
So I don't know. It's like I don't feel sorry for that. I don't feel sorry.
But is Cassie gonna see that $100 million though?
What?
Because when you sue people, they can pay you a little by little. They can pay you
I know
$1 million.
I know
days.
Diddy settled her out though before he even went to. I think before he went to jail, he settled with her though.
Yeah.
He settled with her, right? Yeah. So she got some of her money, all her money. I don't know, but is it a big? It's like I don't feel sorry for the victims because you knew what the abuse was.
Right.
Why would you stay?
Right.
And then you get money out of it. It's like.
Man, do you think Soulja Boy would beat her with the U when he came out with the U? It was like you like he was really beating her like
She didn't kiss him through the phone.
yeah, man. He was like Superman that you know.
She didn't have she ain't turn her swag on.
On.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Right. So, but I was just like, and I'm thinking, Soulja Boy got $4 million. He ain't done it in a
Soulja
while.
Boy got it, man.
He got money.
Yeah, he on road for so many people.
I'm not saying that he broke, but it's been about 20 years. It's been a while.
That might be all he got. That might be
That young boy, man, that young boy made some paper, man. I can't say that. Cause you know he was doing the Instagram stuff before anybody was doing it.
Oh yeah. But the MySpace,
yeah, same,
right,
yeah.
Right,
so
right,
Soulja Boy been doing some stuff, and he ain't dumb. He like a real smart.
Yeah. If you work at Jack Box, I go to LA to work at Jack Box.
I don't know why all this everybody want to be gangster stuff from, anytime you're a gangster on TV, you ain't no real gangster.
No,
so
right.
From, man.
hey, it's just what it is, man. Like, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'll stay posted on that, man. Miss Lane, how you been? How you liking it? You feeling the vibe?
Yeah, it feels good.
Okay, I don't want you to feel like we left out. It's just like a dog word. You just out there like, we don't want to make you feel like you left out, man.
It's good sitting in between you two.
So as I was saying earlier, we got Lane in the studio. I brought her here because I seen the fire in her where she fight for equality for workers, and she's an advocate. She's pushing for rights, and she's gonna talk about. Me and Tank gonna ask her a few questions, and she's gonna dissect some things, and she just gonna be lane. It's gonna be one lane only, no other lane. Say. So the first question I wanted to ask you, man, as an advocate for employee rights and fairness, do you think a union is necessary for big time corporations, or should every company have a union?
I definitely feel like the larger corporations should be unionized because a lot of workers, myself, I work with one of the largest corporations in the world right now in our industry. I've worked for other large corporations, and myself, my peers, I've seen us get done wrong so many times, regardless of the race, regardless of the gender, the belief system. Like, we get done dirty. We get done dirty. And if you don't know your rights, they're going to take you down. You might lose your job, not able to take care of your family. So I feel that as workers out here working for these big bank corporations, that we bring their profit in. Yes, we should all be fighting for that.
Go ahead, Tank.
No, I was gonna say that, and that's why sometimes it's good to always read those human resource the policies and stuff like that, handbooks. Yeah, right. So when managers and stuff do lie to you, you can go back to those policies and say, "Nah, this wasn't in the policy."
Yes.
When they
that's what she was saying about like them not being educated on their rights or and knowing what they can and can't do within their ground, and that's a big thing. And I just think that a lot of us, we just sign that paperwork, we send it all, and it's like and you still liable for it because you signed off on it, so you still liable on it. Like I said, I was talking to him off the record about a corporation, big corporation I work for. What they did was dirty, and me and him had to talk about it off the record. And he was just saying, like, yeah, you had your union. They wouldn't did me like that.
Right.
And like I said, it's important, imperative that you have somebody speak for you, because you get involved by doing dirty shit, and it's like you don't have not you, the management or the leadership doesn't have any type of accountability for it.
Right.
And that's what I told my aunt a few weeks ago, the same thing. Like management, and it's not like all management is bad. No, I'm not saying that, but a lot of them, they play their picks about person if I like you or dislike you.
Yes,
so
do.
you know,
They do.
it's very disheartening, and it's very very sad that has come to that. Corporate America has come to that. You know, the face of that.
Yep. I walked into I was traveling a couple of months ago and walked into Hertz, and as I was in the parking lot underground, you know, they have the parking levels.
Right.
I'm walking and I see through the office window something Teamsters. I'm like, damn, Hertz is unionized. Why can't my Hertz is unionized?
Right.
Like, I felt bad. I wanted to go in and be like, you're hiring? Like, for real. Like, but it's a slap in the face in so many ways when I step into my job, even when I'm just out as, you know, a regular working class American going into the gas station. People have said things to me. I'm like, damn.
He says, is she a Facebook celebrity up in here? Right. Social media celebrity. No. She got 300,000 followers. No.
So what inspired you to become an advocate for the workplace equality? You know?
Well, the place I come from, a small city in Kentucky, and there's a woman by the name of Maddie Jones who I call a Nana.
Okay.
She's like a grandmother to a lot of us, mother to my mother. She fostered some of my family members, and she's a civil rights activist back home. She's done a lot of marching, a lot of demonstrations with MLK, and just a lot of the big civil rights leaders during the movement. So her story, her walk, me seeing her all these years, and she just turned 90 years old. She's still fighting. So she inspires me so much to do this work, and it's just, I feel it's in my blood anyway, because if it wasn't for workers' rights, it'd be for some other right. That's always been me. I'll stand up for the weak person. I'll speak up for the weak person, especially if I see they don't have any will to fight for themselves.
Right.
And that's just my spirit and my nature. And I see I've been done wrong in the workplace based on my sexuality, based on my gender, based on the color of my skin, based on my beliefs. Like, I've had to go to battle for myself. You know what I'm saying? And people are so scared to do that. I understand it. I was scared to do it myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm like, y'all not gonna keep walking over me. Like, I'm a good worker. I give good work and bring money into you. Like, you're not gonna treat me like this. So myself having to go through these things, seeing other good people have to be stepped on and stepped over. Like, you see people in the workplace who have disabilities, who born with disabilities. Like, you see them get done wrong, and I'm like, who the fuck you think you are? Like, don't treat me
Right.
That's just me, you know. And you know, I don't fight physically much, but I use my strength and my knowledge where I can in fighting for working class Americans.
The right way.
Now that voice.
Up, you know
That voice.
You know, good trouble.
Always good trouble.
Good trouble.
We say keep up the good fight.
That's right.
Give it a good fight.
Yeah, John Lewis.
But let me ask you this: what's your perspective on companies keeping bad management but letting the good employees walk, or the workers quit? Like, you know, because like I said, we got bad management, but you letting 10 good workers walk out of here, but you're going to keep this one bad manager. What's your perspective on that?
I mean, it's definitely a lot of favoritism, a lot of people sleeping with one another.
Woo,
you know?
amen.
A lot of managers have slept here, slept there to get where they are, you know.
That's true.
Going out to dinner after work, you know, getting these little payoffs.
Oh,
you know,
hearing something now.
Yeah, you hear something.
I mean,
She sounds like some warehouse workers.
I mean, this is what happens. This is what happens. And, you know, to keep their little organization strong, this is what they do. So people like me in this fight, we got to do the same thing, you know. But as far as keeping the bad management, like, if we see these things, we got to take note of it.
Because like you said, if we had a union, the bad... They probably would do their thing, but it wouldn't be as heavy as it would.
They're going to be held accountable.
But held accountable,
right. That black and white is coming for you.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And, like, everybody gets held accountable. That management, all that favoritism, nepotism, whatever's going on, out the door.
Right.
Everyone's fair treatment, fair shares, like, it's got to stop because a lot of people are getting held back and then thrown out the door, like you said.
You know what I didn't know? I didn't know that the police had a union.
Yeah.
The way things are.
I didn't know that. Yeah. They got a union.
Unionized.
Yeah.
I was traveling. I forget where I was traveling from, and I had a little union signification on me, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I like that." I said, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate it." He said, "Yeah, I used to work. I'm retired from such and such police, department in another city. I really like." I'm like, "Oh, you guys are unionized?" He was like, "Yeah, I really miss it, and you all deserve that." I'm like, well, thank you very much. That means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Stepping out here away from work. And like I get a lot of bad and I get a lot of good. But for a police officer to say that to me, I've had to fight against them too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for a police officer to say that to me, I'm like, damn, let me go in here and start some more trouble on the job.
Right.
So, yes, definitely. We got to get rid of those bad management.
Right. Let me, because I think a lot of times, because with me, I'm a little different. I give you good work. I do what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not a part of that posse. And I know that ends with a lot of time. If you're not part of their clique or they their little congregation, whatever you want to call it, it seems like they'll get you. And I know that's a lot in the workplace. And, because you kind of just do your thing. You go home and you do what you're supposed to do. You come to work on time. You don't really involved in that.
Politics.
You think that's something that's like you think a union could kind of like cut that up, discipline up?
What posse are you talking about?
Like, like the management had their favorite. Everybody hang with the managers. They kick it with them. And you just over here working, doing your thing. You don't really pay attention to all that. You hear it, you acknowledge it, but you don't really feed into that. Yeah. And I just know that that's a lot in the workplace too. Like, oh, he ain't going to fire me because I'm late every day or whatever. And you come late, you get a write-up or whatever the case is.
Oh, yeah, you just got to take note of that. Like, write everything down.
Documentation.
Write everything down. Put it in your file because if that's what they do, you're going to have to present that. And if you fighting for a union, keep it. Because we're going to address that once that union comes in. We're going to address that. We're going to cut that out. So it's like, you see anybody getting done wrong, you getting done wrong. The first step is you ain't got to say nothing. Just write it all up.
Let that pen talk.
How your proof.
Or put on that phone.
Email.
Right.
Always use email.
Yep.
Anytime you communicate with somebody asks you to do something, the best thing to say, hey, can you send that to me in email?
Yep.
CC. Yeah. Always use email because you can always go back. That
email's
a lifesaver.
Yeah, management acts different too when you get to the email portion. They act. Well, I tell you, they be acting different.
Oh, she a smart Negro. We can't use her. She's smart, boss.
Oh, she's smart. Email.
Yeah, she's smart, boss. She's smart.
Traffic.
Right, man.
So how can what I want to say? How can business create more inclusive environments that go beyond just that? Go beyond just the diverse talent.
You talking about the DEIs?
Yeah. So. I'm kind of in
the Jeopardy theme song is coming.
Jeopardy
thing.
Well, I think that to kind of
hiring talent. Yeah, hiring talent. In other words.
Talent.
Yeah.
Well, I think management definitely needs to get more involved. Like, come out, get your hands dirty, move a little bit more around with us.
Right.
Us all. You know what I'm saying? All the colors, all the races, all the languages. Come out here with us. We ain't gonna work you too long, you know what I'm saying? But to bring in that inclusivity, like, people watch the management, you are the leader, they follow you, they look to you, come out here.
Right.
Come here, even the upper management. Come on down here for a minute, let us see you. Come here. Come out here on this ramp, see how we doing with your bags. You know what I'm saying? See why we losing this money or how we're making this money. Come out here with us. It's an all-inclusive thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come out here with us. People see you out here. Everybody else coming with you.
Right. Exactly. Right. Exactly.
You know.
I have this thing. Like, I think some managers, they see a certain person, like, I ain't gonna say they're afraid of us, but it's almost like you're a threat. You know, you ever been at a job and a manager, like, I want to say this, like, I'm trying to be, but I've been on jobs as a contractor, And when a manager find out what is it that you know, because they used to seeing you the smiley guy, but when they realize how smart you are, woman or however you want to say it, and realize you know more than they know, and then everything changes.
Right.
You know, politics. They start playing politics. And, you know, trying to find ways
to get rid of you.
And all kind of stuff, man. So I don't know why I just brought that up, but
I say with those managers, like, I wouldn't be quiet with them. I actually strike up conversations like, yeah, I'm smart, but, you know, I don't need to be a threat. And I'm going to let you know that you are not a threat to me either.
Right.
You know, it's a level of respect that we both need to have for one another.
Right.
And if you open up that that communication with them and they still like, oh, all right, just do your job, do it even harder. Go hard on it. Like, that's all I can say. But definitely, you want to keep that communication open.
Yeah, I agree.
So from your perspective, why you think HR agree with management even though they're in the wrong?
I don't know.
She said, "I don't know. They about dumbest days."
You know, they have their own posse too. You know, what I'm saying? It's
true.
like good cop, bad cops. Like,
because I'm talking with management HR before, and I know somebody that work in HR, and they saying he be questioning the decision that the management be breaking, but then again, he got to support that because it's kind of like, I get paid to support them, but he does. And it was like he questioned a lot of their decision making.
Yeah, you find that.
But he's like, he's got to play that game where he's got to sympathize with the management, even though they do stuff wrong. And I spoke with some management too, and I've spoken to some good managers. They say they're kind of just in a position where they have to support the manager that's bad and stuff like that. And they be like, they want to go against it. But it's kind of like they breaking the code in a sense.
Right. They hold down one another. But you know, one thing I have seen too, like, you'll get certain situations where manager is guilty of this, that, the other, and you won't think that they've gotten any slack, any cutback on nothing. But all of a sudden, you won't see that manager for a few weeks, a month. Oh, they on vacation.
They in training.
Yeah, right.
They in training.
Yeah, they in training. Whatever.
How to be a manager.
So, you know,
so they had to use that code name. Right.
So I do know that they, you know, look after each other a lot, but I believe a lot of times they get their ass.
Well, I know this one corporation I work for. This manager, she was the talk of the town, and people were complaining about her. Talking about she got emails out the ass, and her ass still work up there. So I don't know. She fucking the main HR person on what's going on. But I'm like, she's wrong. She need to be removed. So I'm like, if we had that union, she would have got right.
She would have got.
Well,
but if you had that good old boy state, that right to far state, they use that heavily, dog.
But some of those people are very smart when it comes to policy too. See, they take time to sit out and read that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you be like, man, I work hard. That person reading that pile, okay, I can get away with this. I can get away with this.
We got to read that damn policy book too.
Right.
We got to read it too.
Got to read it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm guilty of not reading everything.
Right.
But, you know, I read a lot. Right. And I know I have a lot of friends too.
Right.
So, but we gotta be on top of our shit because, like you said, this is a right to work state. They can get rid of us at any moment.
Anything. 100%.
But
100%.
But you still laws. Like, you can get a lawyer and have that reversed. A lot of people don't know that. They just go with the fire because you got a lot to lose. Say, man, you live in a certain lifestyle. And you doing everything you can, and a company, because of a racist person or a person don't like you, just come and hack. You know, you fire. You know.
See, the thing about that, yes and no. See, if I could fire you for having on that black jacket if I'm management. That's just what I can. But I can write up something differently and saying I can say Tank was late 100 times. You was late, and I pulled up them time sheets, and you late. Because they can use that. They will use little stuff around to get you out the door.
If I was late, though.
Well, if you were late. But if you was late, but you got to go through that headache to prove your innocence.
Yeah.
Not to say, and most people don't want to fight. It's just a job. I'm not fit to fight X, Y, Z. Not saying you per se, but I'm saying the average person. It's just like, you know, in my situation, I probably could have fought it, but I was like, you know what? It's just a job. It's not my career. It's not my livelihood.
See, that's what I was talking about. It's different levels to this thing. If you live a certain lifestyle, you're not willing to give up no 6 figures or whatever you making. This now, if you out here making,
it could be months or years before that case resolved, though, and you
it don't matter. It doesn't matter because if you out here working a dead end job, yeah, you know, it's I don't care about that. But when you got making money where people depend on you, oh, it ain't gonna be that easy.
But that stuff can tire you out though.
I mean, that's what it does. That's what it's gonna do. You want to fight a fight, and you get tired in fight.
Right.
You know, we was talking about that earlier, but
Right.
it's like it's survival of the fittest. Like how much you won't fight, like how much you trust and believe in what you believe.
To fight for.
Stand on business.
That's right.
Right. Okay.
No, you
So
can't.
let me ask you, why you think people are against unions though? Like workers are against it. Like,
You know, misinformation,
Right. I can.
racism, and prejudice. But more than anything, misinformation, not being knowledgeable enough, being told that, oh, this is only for the lazy people, being told, oh, that we're going to lose this right, and that we don't have we have rights, but we ain't getting nothing.
Right.
It's so much more that any corporation can give their workers for the time that they put in with their physical bodies. We breaking our backs out here. The vacation time, the wages, you know, it's so much that the average working class American deserves, and companies in America has it to give.
I agree with that.
The cost of everything is going up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything is going up.
boy.
And you mean to tell me that we not worth
Right.
what we do?
Mm.
We deserve our fair share. Like, come with it.
And you're gonna get
Run
old. You're gonna get old. And I think, I mean, like a union definitely be good, you know, versus because like just imagine they had a union and you was older, you know, they like the way company you get a certain age now, they just fire you.
They get rid of you.
Yeah.
Because you for one, you're making too much money because you've been there a long
and
time.
You old.
And you old.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
They're low key discriminating against you because you're old.
Exactly.
right.
Right.
Just because I'm 60 don't mean I shouldn't be making $100,000. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
I still got a house. I still got stuff.
Kids and stuff like
yeah,
that.
until
Right.
I'm gone.
Right.
You know, so let me make my money.
And it's like we're not trying to put the corporations out of business. We need the corporations. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, we don't need some of them, but we're not trying to put them out of business.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? We want to live too. We want to eat.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like even with not to change it, but like stand up comedy, that's what we need in comedy. A union. Yeah,
Very nice. Yeah.
stand up comedy need a union, and that's the problem now, where it's all over the place. You know. what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you and I'm not with you.
Okay.
Yeah, because you do have talented comedians that are funny, but they won't go up because of the promoter. They don't like you. They don't know you. They're not part of their posse. Discrimination, so to speak, in so many words. So yeah, that does happen, and it's like, you know, like you're funny, but I don't fuck with you.
But if you got a union though,
But yeah, that's what I'm
So-
saying. That's what I'm like. That's the part the union will come in,
Right.
Because if they funny and the crowd, it's all you got one job to do as a comedian, and that's just
Right.
to make the crowd laugh. That's the only job you have, regardless of what the other comedians say, regardless of what the promoters say. If that crowd likes it, you did your job.
yeah. But then you can create different avenues because who you might be funny to, I might not be funny to. Who I
Right.
might be funny to, you may not be
Be
funny
funny
to.
too.
So we should have like a union with different lanes. Like, okay, this is the type people he, you know what I'm saying? Or she would.
So we're gonna have two different type of unions.
Yeah, got two different.
Gotta break
You know
down.
what I'm saying?
Give me the non-funny union over here to the
Yeah,
left.
yeah, yeah.
The funny ones to the right.
Hey, that's like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get back to it, but I just gotta say this. That, and you know, cause I fight for women too, you know, and I believe in it. I don't like when comedians bring up women and they say this the funniest woman. Cause I know women hilarious.
Absolutely.
I mean, when I say hilarious, I mean hilarious.
Right.
Like it don't matter if it's a man or a woman. Like if she come up, it's like she hilarious. Like
Right.
so I don't like that when it's like, cause it take away from the art of stand up. It's
Right.
like, oh, we got a very funny woman, the first woman, you know, coming up tonight, you know.
I hate that.
Get it to Sally Little Legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, why can't just we bringing up Sally? You know,
Right.
and we get comedian Sally. Let Sally go rip the stage.
Let her
you
do
know?
her thing. Right. I'm with you on
Yeah.
that.
So that's why, you know, stuff like that's good, man. Like, yeah, man.
What's your final thoughts, man? I mean, like, with the unions, I mean, you think a lot of corporations are gonna go towards the union route? You think it's gonna just be that same kind of just good old boy mentality?
I say unionize America. We have a different an administration in place right now. We don't really know which way they're gonna lean with it. But the way they're rocking and leaning with it right now, is
people fighting back.
We're fighting back, but we can do a lot better, and I just want to remain hopeful and optimistic about the whole thing, not just for my company, but like for the entire workforce, because we're falling behind. We're falling behind, man. So Unionize America is a plus in my views and a lot of other people's views. It's a plus for us all. It's a plus for our livelihood, for our families, for our careers. Our futures, because a lot of us are just working. We don't have careers.
That's true.
We need to get back to having careers.
100%.
Oh, that's
100%.
true.
That's why I went back to school. 100%.
That's so true.
100%.
Like,
and we talk about that all the time that you need to go get you a trade. We talk about that all the time.
Yes.
We talk about this all the time. Get you a damn trade.
Yep.
For real.
A skill would take you a long way.
Plumber, welding, car mechanic.
Carpenter.
We need you. Carpenter,
House,
yes.
Yep.
We need you.
Learning.
Painters, we need you. Yes.
Because we don't know what the education system is about to do.
Oh yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
Bless it,
Yeah. So, Miss Lane, thank you for coming to the show.
Yeah,
We
grateful
appreciate
to have
it.
you. Yeah.
I enjoyed you. It's just so silly. We need a union. Nah. I appreciate
I'm going to
you.
invite you all out to the next demonstration or something.
Okay,
Yeah,
hey, we down.
yeah,
We coming.
yeah,
We
yeah.
coming. We coming.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
I like Hank and Cole. They funny. Nah, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
I
you.
really, really appreciate it. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you.
You have my
Definitely.
support. I hope you have Tank support.
Yeah, most definitely. Most
So we really stand behind you on it because equality is very, very important in the
Very
workplace.
important.
You know, and a lot of people are scared, especially our color, are scared to speak on stuff like that
Right.
because management might try to fire
Or
me.
losing
Management
jobs.
might try to target me, or I'm the bullseye of the workplace. And it's like, you know what? I'll be that. I'm coming to work on time. I do what I'm supposed to do. I don't do this and that.
Yep.
Y'all go find somebody else to play with, and they know that,
Yep.
and they can't do nothing about it because you always a few steps ahead of them, and that's the goal to a lot of people. I feel like if a lot of us will be like you in the workplace,
Right.
they want to do what they do.
Make it hard for them.
It'd be harder for them. Yeah, you can't get rid of who? Everybody come to work on time. You can't do that.
Exactly.
But he bring you some weed. He bring you some wings and pizza. Oh, that's your boy.
Right.
He bring, and it's like we're in a friendship type thing. But I still fire your ass. So no, but you keep doing what you do because that
Right.
generation curse of the workplace need to be broken.
Yes.
And if you put that out there, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
And get the little YNs to come behind you, cause these kids, people talk about them, but these youngins, man, they real talented, real they think different and real educated, man, in certain ways. Like I'm telling, man, these young folks, man, they technical, they gonna take things to another level. And watch, they gonna follow you though, cause that's when they catch on to stuff like this,
They're
yeah,
gonna be into it.
they gonna be into
I
it.
can't wait.
Yeah.
all right, man, let's wrap this sports up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
This
yeah.
playing tournament, you got them sorry ass Hawks and
Hey,
the
man.
Magic.
Hey.
Who your pick is? The Magic, right?
Man, I'm always going with the Atlanta Hawks, man.
Okay.
You know,
So you picking Atlanta. I'm taking
picking
Orlando. You watch sports?
Not basketball.
Okay, so we're gonna just what's your take of the Bulls and the Heat? Who you picking?
I'm gonna go with Chicago.
That's right. You
Yeah,
better.
I'm gonna go with
You
Chicago.
better. We been in this bitch fighting.
I'm gonna go with Chicago.
I'm going
man.
my Bull. I don't expect Chicago to win the second game. I don't expect them to beat the Magic. I don't think you saying Atlanta gonna win. I think the Magic gonna win. I don't expect Chicago to go past the second round.
We have a special player,
Ooh.
a star, and his name is Trae Young.
And other news,
and-
we need a commercial break.
I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Trae Young is the man. I'm telling you
In
now.
the West
people
Coast,
say-
we have the Dallas
Trade them.
Mavericks
Hey.
and Sacramento Kings. Who your pick is, Dallas or Sacramento?
I'm gonna go with Sacramento.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Dallas, when Kyrie went out, that was like,
Yeah,
that's just like I gotta go Sacramento. And last but not least, you got Memphis and Golden State.
Well, you can't sleep on
Steph Curry,
Steph Curry,
and they in
man.
Golden State too. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going with Jira.
Yeah.
Man, his gun antics.
But you know what? When you talking about the gun antics like this, man, everybody know what that means.
Well, you can't do that. You know, he got caught with the pistol twice. Yeah, so no.
But why every time a black man get caught with a gun is not for protection? This man walking around young with millions of dollars. Why he can't have a gun?
Well, I guess it's a public thing, you know, and I think that when you got people that control your money,
right,
they don't want to see that type of stuff. So
don't protect yourself because you got money.
No, not if you spending their money. No. If you spending their money, you need to read the book $40 Million Slaves, and that'll tell you everything. It will tell you everything. But more playoff news. We ain't gonna make a decision on the playoffs yet because we want the play-in tournament to do first, and then we'll make our picks for the first round. Cause so we want to be like, hey, LA. We know LA and Minnesota gonna go in it with. So we'll talk more about that on the next segment, man. Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in. My name is Cole,
and my name is Tank,
and this is Lane, and we are the Tank Boys. We gonna make moves.
We'll talk later.
Later.
Peace.